Greetings from Las Vegas. We are at the Railroad Pass Hotel and Casino again. We are getting ready to go on a pretty long ride today, a drive with a Camaro, well, with the Corvette Club, a big one. So we expect, I don't know, maybe 35, 50 Camaros, something like that. So we got here a little early. We're going to grab some breakfast before we hit the road, but we're going to go down to, first go through Oatman, an old mining town in Arizona, real popular place. And then after that, there's not really enough parking for a group that big in Oatman, so we're just going to kind of do a slow roll through that. And then afterwards, we're going to go on for lunch to a place called Pirates Cove, which is a really cool restaurant, a little farther south from there, I believe. And it's a little overcast and a little breezy today, but I think it'll be a good time. The temperature's great, so looking forward to it. Come on along for the ride. All right, we are rolling out. So I don't know, we have 20, 30, something like that. Mostly Corvettes here. We got a Viper up there. Cadillac V, CTS V. I think it's a CTS, might be an ATS. At least one Camaro. So we're headed down to the TA Travel America Center at, assuming I have it right in my GPS, at the intersection of 93 and Interstate 40, which is a spot we're going to meet up with even more Corvettes to continue the cruise from Kingman down into Oatman. Slow roll through Oatman and then on to the Pirates Cove restaurant. So I think for the trip heading down, we're going to focus on just enjoying the ride, maybe put a little background music. right, here we are at the Travel America TA Travel Center. Some of the Corvettes are already over there. I just passed them to get a nice intro shot for all the vehicles coming from Vegas. There we are. The V Cadillac is leading the way, everybody else pulling in. We are heading out from just outside of Kingman. Met up with some other cars. Some of them are actually from Colorado, I believe. And now we are headed for passing through Oatman and then on to Pirates Cove Resort and Marina. Cool springs, cabins, and tasty food. Now we're talking. So this is it. This is the fun, curvy entrance on Oatman Highway heading into, I believe it's called Oatman Highway, heading into little town of Oatman. And this is no joke. These turns, I think some of them say less than 5 miles per hour. Switchback turns, but a lot of fun. It's just pretty. It's Route 66, technically, we're on right now. And oh, there's all of our homies up ahead of us. So they didn't look too smiley. It's a nice day out to be hiking. Yeah, 20 is the speed limit. Motorcyclists, stay alert. They had a sign specifically for that, and that's smart, because yeah, this stuff is crazy. Oh, is that a burro right there? Hey, little buddy. Pretty cool. So Oatman, background on that, was a gold mining town. Around 1915, some prospectors struck it rich here. They hit for 10 million in gold at that time, which is obviously much more, by today's measurements. So within a year, that tiny little spot, the area had already been there, but once there's gold and them are hills, the old saying, once that happened, they got themselves a whole lot more residents and actually became a full-blown town, a mining town. They grew to about 3,500 residents. And over the next few decades, or next couple of decades, another 30 million in gold was pulled out of this area. So they say the total was about 40 million total in gold that's been pulled out of this area. And today, it's more of there's about 100 residents, and it's more of a tourist destination. It's, Route 66 stop. They're well known for, they have burros or donkeys, just wandering through the town. And they can be a little aggressive sometimes, especially if they're chasing after a mate. But the shops will sell snacks that you can feed them, stuff that's not bad for them. And you just have to watch where you step as you're walking through town. They have occasionally, I don't know, mainly on the weekends, I assume, they have gunfights staged in the middle of the street. So they have some, I guess you call it actors. I don't know if they're volunteers or if they're paid, but maybe they work for tips. But it's pretty fun, great for bringing your kids out there, especially if they're into westerns, that sort of thing. And the town, I think the lady's name was Olive Oatman, was a young girl who's, back in the old days, when the Indians were a threat, her family was killed, and she was taken by Indians, and eventually was released many years later, and they ended up naming the town after her. I believe there's a Oatman Hotel, and there's a couple of restaurants and a whole bunch of gift shops and that sort of thing. And one of the restaurants has her face on it. I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. Has her face on the sign. She had traditional Indian tattoos on her face that was common for that tribe or for that nation. So interesting history. Oh, there you go, Burros, next 8 miles. We've already seen our first. But what a beautiful area, fun ride. And again, you better pay attention. Somebody's probably just getting some pretty pictures here, I assume. Yeah, they're coming. So, oh yeah, it's just gorgeous. The gorge is gorgeous. Yeah, this is one of those, another one of those little hairpin turns where you might even put it down into first to go around this one, because it's not what you want is a sharp turn like that and a pothole right in the most important area. So yikes. I appreciate the sign, the little warning sign in the beginning. Motorcyclists, stay alert, or whatever the wording was. That's, yeah, for sure. So I think, again, I'm going to shut up for a while and just enjoy the beauty. Oatman, 2.2 miles. What a beautiful entry. And a little nerve-wracking with these sharp drop-offs on every corner. Great day to be alive. This road surface feels a little bit funky here. It's one of those where you start wondering, oh geez, is there something, my tire's low or something? I know the TPMS would tell me if they were, but there's a number of these weird surfaces in these regions where it feels a little funky. Hell, the 215 Beltway in Vegas, there's a lot of that. But here we are coming into the actual town of Oatman. There's not really any good parking for a big group like this. It's dirt lots, unless they've changed that since we were here last. So this group, at first we were wondering, this group is too big and too low to the ground to be actually parking and spending any time here today. So this is going to be a slow roll through town. And there's usually a lot of she's taking some pictures. There's usually a lot of visitors, tourists, pedestrians, that sort of thing in the middle of the street, because that's what it's all about. So we'll just have to be mindful of that, on top of the Burros that are going to be wandering around, and the people will be certainly eager to get out of your way, and the Burros will just kind of look at you like, what? So, it's their home, so you can go around them. This lot here we used to park in a long time ago from some Camaro groups that would come, and it's not too bad. But that's not big enough for this group, even if it was paved. Oatman Post Office. I think that's still functional. The Nut House. Judy's Saloon. Very cool. Nice place for a lot of people that come here for bike rides. Great place for that. General store. What a great day to be here. Oh, this is the Oatman Outlaws. Showtime, high noon. So yeah, they're still doing that. Haven't seen any Burros walking around yet. These things will walk, guys will walk right into the stores too. It's kind of interesting. But, oh, there's one. A couple of them getting fed. Very cool. And I think off to the left is where you might try and park, but last time we Yeah, this is a dirt lot and it's already full. So last time we tried to park in that lot with a Corvette, it just about tore the exhaust off with a unexpected rock. So anyway, that was Oatman. And now we head on to Pirates Cove, which is another 40 minutes, 27 miles. And the highway on this side is a lot less interesting than the one entering from Kingman. I think we might have a roadblock up here in the form of wild animals. Like I say, these guys, yeah. It's almost like they're going to come up to the vehicles in the road and go, you got something for me? You got a little snack? They gave me some snacks in town. I guess we're having to go around them. Unless there's a road damage, maybe that's what's actually happening. I don't know. We'll see what we see when we get up here. Yeah, I can see some ears. There they are. That's pretty cute. Well, at least they're standing there and not running into the vehicles, so. Sorry, we don't have any snacks for you. They are fearless. Interesting. Alright, so which way are we going to choose? I guess we're going straight. Okay. So we decided to take a little break on the roadside here before getting out to Pirates Cove. People were, I think, maybe a little bit freaked out from some of those curvy roads and stuff. So get a minute to compose yourself and are dealing with our little roadblock at Oatman and stuff. So I think they're going to do a group photo here as well. Somebody's getting a photo from the top of the camper. That's pretty cool. Nice walk past of all the vehicles here. Nice group. We'll try and get another shot of all these when we are back. When we're at the restaurant in the parking lot there, it's well suited to it, but I think everybody's heading back to their cars now, so Man, what a beautiful day. All right, let's head back to the bike. All right, everybody's fixing to head out. Go ahead. Yeehaw! Oops. the leader is even playing Van Halen with Sammy Hagar. You gotta love that. I just like this event even more. Arrived at Pirates Cove Resort Marina, stuffed with a whole bunch of cars. Gonna go in and get something to eat in this strange, unusual place. Tons of parking, great for events like this kind of stuff. So we're gonna start walking in. We'll do kind of a walk by of all the cars now. Primarily a Corvette event. But the people that run it are cool, and they're more the merrier, so you show up in a Camaro or a motorcycle or a Viper or a CTSV, all are welcome.
Got free car so
yeah.
far.
So yeah, oh wow, we got half the group is up here too. This is really cool. I don't know what the count is, but we got a lot of cars here today. I hope they let us do separate checks. So hey, you think they let us do separate checks?
I hope it's one of those you just walk in and it's $20 a head like we did at the racetrack.
I loved that the leader of the lead car for the Corvette event was a V Cadillac. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good looking car though.
Heck yeah, it is. A little windy. Probably should have brought the mic with me, but we'll just deal with it. Oh, look at that. It's literally a little marina here. I think this is the Colorado River. I don't know. I have to look that up. What a cool place, though. A beach, an actual beach. I mean, come on. This is great. On water sport rentals, restaurant and bar. Yeah, this place is wild. I think at some point we crossed the border too. I think we're actually in California right now, aren't we?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw a sign somewhere.
All right.
I looked it up on the map. It must be true.
That's right. All right.
I think you're full all the way turned on the right, either the restaurant, and I think a couple of guys set off to the left, I'm not sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is.
So a quick little walk around of the Cove restaurant. Super cool. Dining right up on the little beach here. That's so cool. Pull your boat right up, have something to eat, dock it, pull it up on the sand, whatever makes more sense to you. Very nice.
Yeah, it's funny because we got the boat. I thought this headache went away, and then we were in the back.
There's your
I think this is where we sat last time, way over here. With our Camaro group. Very pretty. Feels like vacation when you're here. It's kind of nice.
You're at the helm of Radio Margaritaville.
All these people in these groups, and this isn't even considered busy because part of it's shut down. Very nice.
I think they're all over there.
Let's see what we have. Kind of unlimited options for cool party time here. bulk of the group right there, but we ran out of space. Very nice. No tobacco, no marijuana at any time. Very nice. So we all just had to notice that this is a V-Ray.
That's what
I don't know how many of
IRA
these.
contributions.
This is the. Oh, and it's got the Vegas Nights
The
mini
electric.
vinyl on it. So this is
Hybrid
the
version.
hybrid Corvette that has absolutely nothing to do with fuel economy and everything to do with kicking everybody else's ass on the track. Wow. I mean, they're all cool, but... Well, that's going to wrap it up for this trip down to Pirates Cove Restaurant and Oatman. Everybody's about to head on out. This is about a 2-hour drive from Las Vegas if you just come down here directly. So the hiding back there for me for. So hopefully this was enjoyable for you. If you did enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe. If you have any comments, any questions you want to ask us, we'll be happy to answer them. And until the next video, drive carefully and come back soon.
Bye.